play some fun games.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Scott's Gadgets, Games, and Technology. So I got a request to do some PvE mission content. So here I am, I log on to one of my alpha clones, only to realize that it has a little bit of ISK, but he didn't have any ships suitable for doing missions, because I've been using him for other things. He has a few skills, but not a lot. I don't think I've ever really done any missions with this guy, because as soon as I created him, I started using him for hauling and market and stuff like that. So he didn't have a ship suitable for doing missions. Low-level missions are restricted on ships. Sometimes you can use a destroyer or a cruiser. Most of the time you're going to be wanting to use a frigate. For low-level missions, you're never going to get anything bigger than a cruiser. You're not going to be able to use a battle cruiser or a battleship or anything bigger. Which those are expensive for just doing missions anyway, unless you just want to go and kill out missions quickly. But higher level missions, you can use those bigger ships. But so I flew to Amarr with this tune. He's an Amarr character, and I'm in the Amarr space. And he's restricted. He's an alpha, so he's going to have to use an Amarr ship anyway. So I flew to Amarr, and I'm going to look through. I'm going to grab him a frigate. Now, when you're selecting a ship like this, you want to keep in mind your gameplay. Every race has a selection of ships of similar roles. And what I mean is, for example, if I go to frigates here, and I go to standard frigates, which is what you're going to be doing at low level, and go to Amarr, and here's the list of their standard frigates for Amarr characters. I got this Crucifier, which has a warp disruption and a warp disruption bonuses. So this is a PvE tackle ship, because it's used to stop people from warping away in a fight. Here is a Executioner. It's a small energy turrets bonuses and a propulsion jamming. Again, I would consider this a PvE fighting ship. It's designed to do some DPS and stop people from flying off too fast, so it can stay close and do a lot of damage. Here is Inquisitor. It has remote armor repair bonuses all around. So this is designed, in my opinion, for fleet support, to do remote armor repair on other people while they're fighting, to support the fighters in your group of your fleet that are fighting and keep them repaired so they can continue to fight and keep you alive. So again, that's, in my opinion, another PvE ship or PvP ship. Here is a Magnate. He has combat scanning probes and salvaging, and data analyzer and relic analyzer. So this is kind of an exploring ship salvager. It uses you can use a combat and core probe scanners to scan down sites and do surveys and stuff. So that's that's like a PvE content ship that you can use for exploring and salvaging. Here is a Punisher. Small energy turrets, and that looks like it. What's this? All Amarr resistances. So it's small energy turrets with some resistances. So that could be a good PvE or PvP ship, depends on what you want to do. Then this Terminator or a Tormentor has small energy turrets too. So again, that's probably PvE, PvP, PvE mostly. So it looks like we got 3 PvE ships and 3 PvP ships. Now you're going to find in every race this is going to be the case. They've given a well-rounded group of ships that people can select depending on their playstyle and what they're trying to do and what they're wanting, how they play the game. So the next step though, so we figured out these bottom 3 are our PvE ships. We know this is an exploring ship. The Punisher and the Tormentor are going to be the 2 ships I'm probably going to start looking at first. So what I would do first is check out the information on the Punisher and see what his attributes are. So he's got a small cargo hold, and it looks like that's it, cargo space and a little bit of mass. But if you come down here, you're going to find his shield resistances and speed and all that kind of stuff. And if you go to fittings, you'll see he can put 4 turrets, 2 medium slots, 5 low-level slots, and 3 small rig slots, which is the most case on most ships. But anyway, this is what's most interesting. So 4 turrets, He has in attributes there's no drone capability. So this ship is a up close in your face PvE fighting ship. He's gonna be just doing damage and flying fast. So that said, we'll take a look at the other ship, the Tormentor. Now he only has 3 turrets, 3 mediums, and 4 lows. With the lows and mediums is where you're going to get your armor boosting. So that's why this Punisher has the high slots there, because he's an in close fighting ship. He needs good armor and shields and deal more damage. That's why he has more slots. I got a feeling if you look here at this Tormentor though, yes, he's got 20 he's got a drone capacity of 20 meters squared and 10 megabytes per second of drone capacity. So small drones are going to take up 5 apiece. So this guy can fly 2 small combat drones in addition to 3 guns. So this would be the low-level equivalent to a drone boat, or a ship that you can use drones to do your fighting, and you can fly and target things and stay out of the main conflict, or try to keep them at range and let the drones do the fighting for you. And that is my style. So this will be the ship that I'm probably going to try to buy. So let's take a look at it here in the market. On station, there's one for 425,000. Like I said, I keep this sorted as lowest to highest, so that's going to be the best price on station. So I'm going to buy that ship. Again, this all depends on ship selection, depends on what your missions are, what you're wanting to do, your playing style, and what kind of playing you're going to be doing at the time. If I was going to be doing PvP, I would go for one of these other ships. But this ship, for my playstyle with drones, is exactly what I want for PvE, low-level missions. So, that said, I've got the ship. Now, let me look here in my ship hangar. You'll see, there it is. I have 2 shuttles here now. But there's the ship. So, I'm going to go ahead and assemble it and make it active. And here it is. So, I've got this ship now that is going to be my mini frigate drone boat for doing some low-level missions. Now, I'm not going to bore you all with all the selections I go through here for fitting this ship, so I'll be right back once I get it fitted. I'll briefly talk about the fitting, and then we'll get into some missions. Here we are. I got my ship all fitted. Real quick, I'll run down the fitting of what I did and why I selected it. First, I bought 4 Hobgoblin 1s. That's a small combat drone, light combat drone. I bought 4 of them because that fills up my drone bay. And on an alpha clone, you're kind of limited on what drones you can use, if any, depending on your race. Like in my opinion, the Amarr has the best selection of drones because they can go all the way up to medium combat drones. The other races are really limited. Some of them can't even use them at all. But anyway, I like to fly drones, so I like to use Amarr. But anyway, the Hobgoblin is a pretty good all-around drone. Keep in mind, every region of space and every area in the game has the NPC hostiles that you're going to run into. The pirates and the different rats have ships that are resistant to different things. So you can do a lot of research into who you're going to be fighting and select your weapons and drones and stuff based on what kind of damage they do. I use Hobgoblins mostly. A lot of people do because they're pretty good all around. They have specific damages. If you go to information and go to attributes and all the way down the bottom of the attributes, it'll show you he's doing 20 hit points per tick of heat damage, thermal damage, which is pretty good on most things. Some rats are resistant to thermal, and then you'll want to switch to kinetic or explosive damage or something like that. EM damage depends on what you're fighting. The thermal's pretty good against most people. That's why the Hobgoblin's probably, in my opinion, one of the most popular that everybody likes to use. Then again, when I fitted my ship, the first thing I looked at is the weapons. I picked these dual a focal light, Master 1s. These things are, how can I describe it? It's, hold on, let me see. Yeah. here. The reason I picked this one is because of its range. It when from before it's equipped, it has a range of 10K, um, which is pretty good for light weapons. Most light weapons are close, but I figure with 10K I can use my drones to fight and stand off and stay out of the fight. Unless I'm against something else, then I'll want to get in closer. But look, I've taken some minuses here to my base value. There's a modifier. Optimal range went down. Um, Base value was 10, and I'm at 555. I don't know why that is. Maybe because of these. Yeah, here. These, I equipped these multi-frequency crystals, so all your energy weapons can use crystals for ammo instead of other ammo needs to be replenished all the time. The crystals take damage over time, but it takes a long time, so they last quite a while. The energy turrets, the energy weapons use these, and this brings the damage up. So with these equipped, I'm doing 32 EM damage and 32 thermal damage. With these at it looks like it's going to be optimal range of 5K, which is still pretty decent for this size of ship. Then, of course, you want some speed boosts. I put in a overdrive, which is a passive module for that increases your base speed. So my base speed went from like what was it, 300 and something meters per second to 425 meters per second. And then I got an afterburner, which when the afterburner is active, it's going to put me just over 1,000 meters per second, which is pretty fast for rats. For this level, for small frigates, you're moving pretty good. It's going to make it a lot harder target for people to hit you. Okay, then I wanted to increase my shields. A lot of people like the armor tank. I like the shield tank. Shields replenish, armor has to be repaired. I like to do shield tanking, so I put in this shield extender that boosts my shields quite a bit. Here, if I can make it offline, you'll see the numbers drop. I have 385 hit points without the shield extender. With the shield extender, my shields jump up to 880 hit points. So that's over double the hit points for your shields just with that module. Then I put in this, well, we'll get back to that one. Then I put in a damage control unit. Damage control units boosts all your resistances to all the different types of damage throughout the whole ship. This one, it increases 7%, 10%, and 30%. So hull damage is increased by 30% resistance. Armor is 10 and 7% on the shields. This damage control one is one of the base ones. Add the more damage control 2s and other faction units give you more resistances on these levels. Then again, because I'm using drones, I put in 2 damage amplifiers for my drones that boost the drone's damage by 15% per module. So that's a 30% increase in my drone damage. Okay. Then I was at a point here where I didn't have many choices left on what to do. So so I don't have an empty slot, I put this passive targeting unit on. What the passive targeting unit does is it masks the fact that you're targeting. So it's mostly used in PvP, because if you're targeting another ship, when you're being targeted, you notice there's a yellow hitbox around the ship that's targeting you. This unit eliminates that, so they can't see that you're actually targeting them. It's used a lot in PvP. I didn't have much other choices of anything I want to put in that slot at this time that was passive. All of these units, except for that, well, even that, all of these units that I've selected on my ship, except for my afterburners and my guns, are passive, which means I don't have to click on them. They're always active. I'm lazy like that. I like to let my drones do the fighting. I'll target some ships and do some shooting, but the rest of the stuff I like it to run automatic. I don't want to have to be clicking it all the time. Every time you destroy a target, you got to reacquire another target and turn it on again. This is the easiest way and the funnest way, in my opinion, to fly is with passive modules. There's people who like to mash buttons and like to click mouse all you want, and there's a lot of active modules you can use, but I like to do it this way. Sorry if I'm talking fast, but I want to get past this part because I want to actually get into the mission part of it. So that's the ship fitting. It's very basic. It's very simple. I don't know. I want to say I probably got about 3 million in this build or more, a little more. No, not even. Less than that. Probably less than 2 million. Because all these modules are under 100K. Um, so it's not a really expensive ship. Now, if you're starting out from the very beginning, though, you're going to do the beginning tutorial missions in the game, and you're going to end up with a ship like this or something similar, a frigate with some decent modules and stuff equipped that come with it. I had to do this from scratch because I didn't have one. So this is what I selected, which is best for my playstyle and what I want to do. That said, let's get on to the missions. So if you're starting out in the game, you're not sure where to find a mission. In every station, you have this agent tab that's going to show the agents that are available in that station. Now, if you're in a station without one, you can go to this agent finder button. You click that and it's going to open up the agent finder window that's going to look like this. All right, it's loading. Sorry, we got some lag. Now, once it loads, you're going to see all these filters you can on the side here. For you can select by faction, you can do by if it's corporation type stuff, or you can do agent type. In other words, like career, mining, faction warfare, research and development. You got security. Normally there's exploration here, unless they've changed that. Storyline. If you want to get into storyline, that's cool. And then the region, you can look for everywhere or just where you're at the moment, in what region. The solar system, you can target solar systems. Anyway, show only available, I select always, because if it's not available to me, why do I care to see it? So right in this, I'm an Amarr and I'm in Amarr. So here there is a security mission 1, level 1. But anyway, and he's right here. It shows up in this agent finder, and this is usually ran by jumps, how far away they are from you. See, there's 2 agents here. They're both right here on top. No, this one's in another station, but it's in this no jumps. But anyway, that's a distribution, which is like hauling. This is a security. This is combat. Security is and distribution is what I'm seeing here. If you go into other areas, you can get more different career type stuff. Looks like this is pretty heavy security close by. Everything in the Amarr area. Distribution, security. That's all. Anyway, so I'm already in a station where there is one, so I'll just take this one for now. I'm not gonna run off and look for another one. If, like I said, this is if you you have to be in the station where the agent is to take the missions. So if you're in a station and there's no agents, this is how you find them. So we don't need to do that, but that's how you do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and once you're in a station with an agent, you just click on his chat bubble, and he'll open up a dialogue with you and tell you what he's offering you, the mission, what the reward is, what it is, what you got to do, and it's fairly cut and dry. It's pretty self-explanatory. I don't usually read through them all because I don't do a lot of missions, but when I do missions, I'm just doing it because I want something to do, and I'll pick up a little ISK, or if I'm looking for a couple items or something that I know drop from different missions. But anyway, here is this mission. It looks like, what do they want me to do? Make contract with a small operation that's fallen silent during a mining. Okay, so they want me to go out and find some people who got lost. It looks like it's pretty easy. It's in this location, and here's what it's going to pay me: 75,000 ISK with 89 loyalty points. And if I do it in 4 hours, less than 4 hours and 14 minutes, it's going to give me an additional 81,000 ISK. Most missions, I believe all missions have a time bonus. If you complete it within that time, you'll get this extra ISK, which 4 hours is usually not hard. These missions don't take that long. Now, normally when you start doing missions like this, you'll do a few, and once this agent, you get some rep with this agent or some loyalty points, he'll give you a mission that is a chain of missions, like 5 missions in a row that lead to a large reward at the end, which is pretty cool. That's what you want to, that's what I would target for when I'm out trying to do missions, to get to that level with an agent so I can get those missions and get some kind of good reward. Normally it's a ship or a blueprint or a module that's useful for doing some PvE stuff. If you do some of the other like faction warfare, I'm sure you'll get PvP stuff. Um, but that's that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just accept this mission. Again, he wants me to go out and find this people who got lost. It looks like I don't read through all this. If you're doing storyline, go ahead and take the time to read through this because it gives you. It's a story. It's telling you the story of the mission, why you're doing it, what's going on. Okay. So now I've accepted the mission, so it's accepted right here on the agent window. So I can close this dialog window, and now you'll see the agent mission is here on my taskbar on the side over here, where you have your routes and where you're at, your location, all that. So I've got my ship all equipped, and I'm ready to go. So I'm going to undock, and we'll do this mission. So here we are in space, outside of Amarr. And if you go to this little drop-down menu of the mission, you're going to see where you're at, the agent home base location. You can dock again. Here is the encounter. It says to set destination to this unit, this system where this mission is. So I'm going to set destination. It looks like it's what, 3 jumps away. So I'm going to jump over there. So I'll just go to the first gate and hit jump. As soon as I land in the last 3 jump station, I'll start the video again. So I'll meet you over there. Okay. So here I am in Fora, the system where the mission objective was set. And again, if you're unsure what's going on, if you drop down your mission, agent mission here, you go to read description, and it'll give you again the briefing that the agent gave you of what you're supposed to be doing. So again, it says to travel to Fora system where miners are on conflict over asteroid belt. Find out what happened to the small independent mining operation fallen silent. It also says here to keep an eye on your local for any messages. So we'll do that as well, because if it tells you that, it means that halfway through the mission, something's going to pop up here with another objective or something, probably. So anyway, so that's that. Again, goes through the rewards of what you're going to get for doing this. So close that. I got local up here. I don't need it so big because there's only me and one other guy in local. So again, open this again. Now it says warp to location. So that's going to warp us to the place in space where the mission is going to take place. So I'm going to warp to location. It's going to activate my warp drive. Now, once we hit the location, it's probably going to be an acceleration gate. They like to use these acceleration gates to get into missions. So there's going to be an acceleration gate here. Sometimes you can go right to it and go on to the mission, or it's guarded by some rats. So, in this case, there is no acceleration gate. There's the silent survey outpost right there that they wanted me to come here and check out. So, and there's, oh, look, here's the message that they were telling me about. So they lost power, they're missing a crew. So there's a cargo container here, that's probably where the crew is. So I'm going to open that and probably retrieve their crew. And what's that say? Yeah, there's the crew member. Grab that person, put him in my ship. Okay. And then there's some rats are spawning. Ships, they're dropping on site trying to target me. So while I'm flying over there at a normal pace, I'm going to launch my drones. I'm going to be able to launch 2 of my 4 drones because of the bandwidth of my drone capability. You'll see there's my 2 drones in space orbiting my ship. Then I'm going to target these guys. This guy's already shooting at me. So I'm going to target him and target him. You see my drones are set. They're already attacking. Oh, they're being attacked. That's okay. So let's do this while I'm heading over here to this outpost to try and open. The drones have already killed one. I'm going to retrieve this stuff, hopefully. Let's bring this back so you can see. Their shields are, so if you select the ship and concentrate the fire of the drones, they'll kill them faster. So here's this thing that I'm arrived to. Let's open it up and let's rescue these people. So he's dead. Let's take out another one. At 7, let my drones do the fighting. Let my drone engage this target at 7. 5. I like to orbit at the range of my weapons. My weapons are at 555, so 550. But so I haven't even fired a weapon at these guys. My drones are doing all the work. I can engage. He's dead. So that's that. Let's see where we're at on this mission. Destroy. Okay, so I have to destroy this. Okay, it took me a minute to figure out what they were talking about. It's a debris cloud. It's not on the overview. And it wasn't showing up anywhere in space that I could see. But what I ended up doing was, on this mission here where it shows this target, I went to this debris cloud and right-clicked it, and it gave me the option to select it as a target. And then it showed up for me, but it's not on the overview. But it is here in space, and I do have it targeted now, and I'm trying to destroy it. Let's see how that works. You need to destroy the debris cloud. I'm targeting it, I'm orbiting it, I'm combating it. I don't see any information here how to kill it or destroy it. And there's nothing in the brief about it. So I'm going to stop this video and I'm going to check Google. Sorry, this is a situation where some further research is necessary that's not available in game. Okay, so I checked Google and they said this mission is bugged. This debris cloud, you cannot target, you cannot destroy it, you can target it. It didn't show up on my overview, but they said, one guy said he changed his overview to show all the entities, all things, and it did show up. But he still wasn't able to kill it. How would you kill a cloud? That's a good question. But another person said that once you kill all the hostile ships, the mission should be flagged as complete. It's not flagged on my screen. So all I can do at this point is go and try to turn it in and see if it's completable. So let's give that a shot. I'm gonna untarget this ship. Let me stop firing at it. I couldn't even get my drones to attack it. They won't even engage it. So apparently, and my weapons are doing no damage at all. So I'm gonna untarget it. I'm going to set my destination back to the agent's base, and I'm going to jump 3 jumps back and try to turn this mission in. First and foremost, though, when you're flying drones, you always want to remember to return your drones to the drone bay. Otherwise, you'll lose them in space, and you have to go find them if you can find them, if you remember where you lost them. So anyway, we're going to go try to turn this in and see if it works. So I'm going to, again, stop the video because I got 3 jumps, and I'm sure you don't want to sit here and watch me jump through gates. I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back here in Amarr space, in Amarr system. We're getting ready to dock up at the base where this mission agent is. Let's see if we could turn this in. Like I said, in the Google told me, some forum said that it should have been flagged as completed after destroying the ships, and the cloud wasn't necessary. But the mission asked me to kill the cloud, and I couldn't. So I'm going to dock up, and in the forum, other people said they had the same problem. One guy even said it was bugged and you couldn't complete this mission, but let's see. So we're back in Amarr Station, and we're going to, here's our agent that gave us the mission. So we'll open up the chat dialogue with him again. And we, yeah, it's not flagged as completed. This orange circle here should be a green check mark showing that it's completed. If I hit complete mission, yeah, it can't complete. So this mission's bugged. So there you go. This mission is from this this agent. I'm not even sure. I'm not even going to attempt to say his name. He's the level 1 security mission agent in Amarr, and this mission is titled Onslaught, and it's to rescue some miners, which I did. But then it flags you to destroy a gas cloud or something, some kind of a cloud, and you cannot. So this mission is bugged. In my opinion, this one can't be done. Anyway, so the only choice I have now is to quit this mission, which I'm not sure if that'll hurt your reputation at this point. Let's see. Quitting a mission. If you quit this mission, you lose standing with your agent. So yeah, it hurts your standings with this agent, but I don't have no choice. The only other option would be to just ignore the rest of this mission, and eventually the time would expire, and it would hurt your standing the same, I believe. Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and kill it, and it's gone. Um, I lost some loyalty points with this guy. I see that, some standings. So let's open his dialogue again. See if he tries to offer us the same mission. No. Now he's offering a different mission. So there you go. So these missions usually aren't that complicated. Usually they work. Um, Apparently this one's just bugged. So if you run into Onslaught in Amarr, level 1 security mission, don't take it. His would be my advice. But if you don't take it, you can't get to the next one for this agent. So either go search for another agent or just suffer the loyalty points like I just did, or the standings. But that's it. It's pretty much cut and dry. These missions are just like doing the tutorials. You just kind of follow on with what the agents tell you to do, try to get your reward. Now I've got in my cargo this guy that I rescued that are actually 4 people that I won't be able to do anything with. I see a lot of these type of things on for sale in the contracts market, which I don't think they're useful for anything. You can just destroy them, discard them, put them in the trash, whatever. Anyway, that's it. I hope this helped your question about PvE mission running. Sorry, this mission didn't complete, but this mission seems to be bugged. But in the end, all you would do is come back here, open the dialogue, hit complete mission, and you would get your rewards, and then he would offer you the next mission. And you just rinse and repeat. Take your mission, head out, do the objective, fly back, turn it in. You got to be on station. Again, most of these missions have ship restrictions. As far as the low level ones, I know you got to stay below a cruiser for sure. Probably a frigate is the best. That's what I picked. And it's a lot of fun with a frigate anyway. It's a little more challenging. I mean, you can go into it with a destroyer or cruiser, but that's kind of overkill. At least with a frigate, you're more. It's more of a challenge. It's a little more difficult, and you gotta pay attention to more what you're doing. But that's it. I hope that helped. Again, like, subscribe, give me a comment. Let me know if this answered your question about PvE mission running, or if you want to see more PvE mission running. I'm sure I can continue with this alpha clone and do a string of missions, and maybe my Omega, though I don't do a lot of missions, so even my Omega clone isn't high level on missions. I don't do a lot of missions. There's a lot of other stuff in this game to do that's fun too. Don't get me wrong. I know there's value in missions. Missions are fun sometimes to do. Good luck. Fly dangerous. We'll see you next week.
Young one.